Right, welcome everyone, viewing several as always. This is really just a quick intro to another project that I bought, which is this Rockburn Les Paul. Now, I do have the truss rod cover. It's off at the moment because, like a lot of these really cheap projects of really cheap guitars, when I get them the neck's a bit of a banana. But the truss rod was actually not too bad in this one, so I've got the action nice and low. I haven't completed adjusting it yet because I'm going to take these rusty strings, which are filthy, and they you know, there's a lot of scratchiness on the frets, but I think it's the strings are actually coated in rust rather than the frets themselves being rust. They don't seem too bad. But you know, the frets, there's plenty of meat on the frets. They can easily be filed and polished up. Down the side of it, they're not too bad, so it's all right. The fingerboard is very, very dry, but we're going to do what we always do and put some of this on it, and that massively improves it, darkens it, and it makes it nice, like it's moisturized. So it needs a good clean up. These things, I think they're relatively recent cheap guitars. I don't think they're not vintage 70s ones. I had a look inside. It does appear to be wood. I think it's supposed to be basswood, but it weighs a ton. It's got a bolt-on neck, but I have no problem with that on a budget guitar. It gives me the option, if I need to take the neck off, I can. And I'll talk a bit about that in a minute, so we can see. I think the main thing about these guitars is these tuners or machine heads, if you're not into the whole brevity thing, are supposed to not be very good. But I don't know whether they're going to be worth changing yet, because I need to find out first before I spend any money on parts. So the plan is 2 stages. Stage 1 is I'm going to change the strings and get it set up, clean it, set it up, and just play it. And I want to see if the tuners are any good. So we'll just play it. Yeah, so that's good. But I'm going to finish off the Strat first. But yeah, this is just one I happened to buy. This. What happened was I was actually looking for a 70s. You know, like a Columbus or something, like one I had 40-something years ago. But then I saw this, and there was no one bidding on it, so I bid on it, and somebody outbid me, you know, in the last minute. But then what happened was it reappeared, and I asked the seller, and they said, oh, the buyer didn't need, you know, after a couple of weeks they didn't pay up. So he offered it to me, and I thought, well, I'll have that, you know. It's nice, a nice project. And I particularly want to try one of these vinyl wraps, because I've never done it, and I just think it would be a fun thing to do. You've got the squeegees with this kit as well. The actual wrap itself hasn't arrived yet, which is a bit disappointing because I was going to show the camouflage pattern. But anyway, there's that. I'm not really set up for a playing demo, and my fingers are very, very, very swollen up. You can see there, and there. But I might just give it a strum so you can hear that it does work. Right, so it's all kind of working. So it's not too bad. Yeah, I can't properly finger the chords because my hands are a bit knackered at the moment, but yeah, see, I can't quite get the chords. You can see how fat my finger looks there. But anyway, it seems to work, so you can see. Got rid of most of the horrible fret bars. So it's not too bad, so I'm not going to adjust it anymore until I get the new strings on it. So I think it's very likely that I'll be able to get it playing pretty nicely. So we'll see. Yeah, but there you go. I can't really... I mean, it's a bit awkward position, but that's really, I can't play because of my hands, and also I'm not in a very comfortable position. But yeah, so it's just really just to show that it is working. So yeah, I mean, it sounds okay. I can see exactly how rusty the strings are. Oh yeah, see, because of my fat fingers, I go on a chord change and I miss the strings. It's even worse on a shorter scale guitar. I'm actually not as bad on a Strat scale. And at the moment, I bought a Jaguar because I thought with the arthritis, the short scale, I'd be able to fret it easier. And it's much easier to fret, but because of these fingers swelling here, the frets are too close together. I just can't, you know, especially up here, it's really difficult. Anyway, I was supposed to go and have a rheumatology appointment yesterday, but it's been cancelled, so I've got to wait now, which is annoying. Normally I could try and get some steroids, but I can't be on steroids when I go because it'll look like there's nothing wrong with me, and I want them to give me some better medicine for the longer term. But yeah, that is my, I can't show that. That's about as much of a fist as, that's as best as I can get my hand closed. So yeah, I can't really play at the moment, but yeah, I'm determined to just carry on whatever happens. But there you go. So this is going to be, a fun one, but this is just an introduction to this one.